How's everyone? As we're heading into the weekend, just a quick message of motivation. And I want to start by sharing a story that impressed on me quite a number of years ago. If you're familiar with rugby, you will know that there's a team called the Crusaders from Christchurch in New Zealand. And about 4 or 5 seasons ago, they had to travel from New Zealand to South Africa to come and play in a quarter-final. They won that match and they had to travel back to New Zealand to go and play in a semi-final just the following weekend, which they won. And they had to travel all the way back to South Africa to come and play the Stormers in the final. And they won that match. And in the post-match interview, they asked Scott Robinson, the coach at the time, about how they managed to do that, how they managed to keep the team together and to perform such a feat, to be able to travel around the world in a matter of 2 weeks, to travel twice around the world, so to speak, And what he said, and this really impressed on me, is that not one member of the whole team, including the coaching team, was allowed to mention or to complain about how tired they are. Imagine the mental and the physical fatigue that team members were under to spend all that time on an aeroplane. And they just knew that for them to win that final, they had to focus on the task at hand. They had to strategize. They had to have a game plan. They had to focus on the match, and they could not allow and could not afford to be sidetracked and to pull each other down by complaining about how tired they are. One can think that they earn millions, so there's great motivation, but I think we'll all agree that they played for the pride of the jersey, not for the money, not for anything else. And there could have been so much excuses for them not to perform well in the final because all the odds were against them, right? But they were champions. They are absolutely champions. And you will know the Crusader team. That's a proud jersey. And that really just impressed on me that mental fortitude, that mental resilience that entire team had to display for them to be able to perform so well in that final. And I'm just wondering, is there something, do you think that there's something that we can take from that lesson or from that example in our businesses as entrepreneurs, where we know as entrepreneurs our reality is to work to the best of our ability in whatever the market we find ourselves in. Sometimes the market is up, sometimes the market is down. We find ourselves, as we read in the media every single day, and as we all remind one another every day how difficult and how challenging things are. But as we know, we just have to stay creative, we have to stay positive, we have to keep believing that we will work our way through this challenging market and it will get better again. There's no question about it. But would it help us at all if we focus on all the things that we have no control over? We realize that the interest rates are quite aggressive at the moment, and that puts so many people under a lot of pressure. We know about load shedding and all the other things that puts consumers under a lot of financial strain, but we have no control over that. And I know we talk about this often. The only thing that we, I think, can focus on is our own mindset, how positive we remain, how resilient we remain, how creative we remain, the effort that we put in, the hard work that we put in, the planning that we put into our business to really, really turn over every single stone and try and make things happen. Whether it's with your sellers, your landlords, your buyers, your tenants, we have to remain creative and lift each other up. Do we become despondent when quite a few days go by where you have no buyer inquiries? Obviously we do, we're all just human beings, and we lose a little bit of our mojo, but then we just got to pick ourselves up again and remind ourselves every single day that we have to go out there with the right positive mindset. We have to put in the effort to motivate ourselves every single day. I wonder what your regime is every morning, every day, to put yourself into that positive state of mind so that you can go out there, live your purpose, work with purpose in this business, and put in the effort. How much time are we spending prospecting, generating leads, making things happen to bring more stock onto our books? How creatively are we working with our buyers, or to throw the net wider to try and attract more buyers to our listings? In terms of social media, our digital marketing, are we putting a little bit of money behind it? Are we investing a little bit of money into our business to generate more traffic onto our listings. So I think we just have to think, we have to be solution orientated. Guys, and I want to encourage you and for all of us as a collective team is let's take hands and remain positive and hopeful, and let's just give this winter everything we've got. Consider for a moment that about 60%, 58% of South Africans are bonded. That means about 40% of homeowners are not bonded. There are a lot of opportunities with homeowners, with buyers, with sellers. Business is happening, business is down, but business is still out there. People are still selling, they're still buying, they're renting, they're letting. We just have to be out there. I'm going to cut this now short because I'm going way over my time, but I really appreciate your time just engaging with me for a moment, and I wish you all the best. Know that we have so much appreciation for what you do out there in the marketplace. We know how hard you work, but keep going strong. Let's have a positive and strong mental resolve, and let's keep pushing through, pushing on, pushing through. Guys, look after yourself. Have a great weekend, and look forward to catching up with you again sometime soon. Cheers.